The Sun today is carrying an article, very little article, of course, about Rishi Sunak's surprise that there were dozens of European flags, EU flags, being waved during the performance of Rule Britannia on Sunday night at the Saturday night at the last night of the proms. Apparently, pro-EU activists handed out EU flags as concert goers arrived at the Royal Albert Hall. Well, it takes more than just simply being given a flag to wave it. So I think the flag waving was a demonstration of support for the EU in the Albert Hall. And Downing Street apparently said the Prime Minister is a proud Brexiteer. He was flying the flag for the UK in India on issues including a free trade deal, as indeed he should have been. From BMW to TATA to the CPTPP, the trade agreement, we are seeing the Union Jack's prominence around the world, and that's a direct prominence of Brexit. Of course, the Union Jack is only when it's at sea. Nile Gardiner, who was a former aide of Margaret Thatcher, has said that it is ironic to see some of the audience at the last night of the proms waving EU flags while singing Rule Britannia. Rule Britannia represents freedom, sovereignty and self-determination, all absent in the EU. Thank God for Brexit. And Harvey Proctor added, BBC must investigate how so many EU flags are waved and on display at the last night of the proms. Well, it's all about freedom, but I think Neil has slightly forgotten the Mrs Thatcher of 1988. I've got a quote here, which I will read.
Just think for a moment what a prospect that is, a single market, without barriers, visible or invisible, giving you direct and unhindered access to the purchasing power of over 300 million of the world's wealthiest and most prosperous people. Bigger than Japan, bigger than the United States, on your doorstep, and with the Channel Tunnel to give you direct access to it. It's not a dream. It's not a vision. It's not some bureaucrat's plan. It's for real. And that's what Mrs Thatcher said in 1988. And yes, I know people are very keen to selectively cull the words of Mrs Thatcher to support one side or the other. The fact is, her words can be found to support either side or whatever position you want, selectively picking up stuff. But, you know, to see Mrs Thatcher as the arch Brexiteer is a mistake. That wasn't who she was. She was the arch champion for Britain's position within Europe. But she wasn't really, or at least did not specifically promote Brexit. And that's an important thing to remember. You take people within their historical context, don't pluck them out.